Imagine having a cage not made of bars but of thoughts, invisible walls so strong they slow you down, quiet your voice. And the jailer? That's you. This isn't a horror story. This is the reality for millions of people every single day. We call it overthinking. That endless loop of thinking about one thing, but never actually getting anywhere. It's a symphony of what if, and why did I say that? Playing on repeat in your head, stealing your peace. On this channel, we dive deep into the human mind. We figure out why this happens, how it makes us vulnerable, and most importantly, how we can take back control of that cage. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this relentless cycle. So what exactly is overthinking? How is it different from just, well, thinking? Normal thinking is usually about problem solving or making a decision. But overthinking, it feels like you're stuck in a mental swamp. It's more like a broken record, playing the same part of the song over and over. What does it feel like? Constant mental exhaustion, a low hum of anxiety, getting totally stuck when you need to make a decision. Because you're so busy running through every single angle, you can't take a step forward. It's like all your mental energy is being used up by a time machine that's either stuck in the past or predicting a future full of disasters. It twists reality and makes small problems look like giant monsters. Now the big question, why does this happen? Are we just worriers? Modern psychology looks at this a bit deeper. Research shows that overthinking often comes from an intolerance of uncertainty. Basically, our brains hate not knowing, so they try to make everything predictable by overthinking. Even if that prediction is negative, it's like the brain says, if I imagine the worst-case scenario, at least I'll be prepared. Except, of course, it just makes you more anxious. Studies show a strong link between overthinking, or rumination, as it's sometimes called in academic circles, and things like anxiety disorders and depression. When your mind is constantly stuck replaying the past or fearing the future, there's not much room left to be present and actually live. It's a vicious cycle. You think more, you get more anxious. You get more anxious, you think more. The interesting twist is that sometimes we give this overthinking thing a sort of useful feeling. We think we're solving the problem, but really we're just getting stuck in it. That's the point where awareness is key. And this is exactly where our discussion ties into the realm of darker psychology and the concept we talk about a lot on this channel. The black wolves and the white wolves. Overthinking is a hidden vulnerability. When your mind is constantly caught up in doubt and uncertainty, you become seriously susceptible. A black wolf, someone looking to exploit you psychologically, can easily use this against you. How? By planting seeds of doubt. By making you feel guilty about that past you keep replaying. By feeding your fears about the future your brain is painting negatively. Someone with a little knowledge of dark psychology can target this thought cycle to paralyze you and manipulate you for their own benefit. But remember I said this channel is for the white wolves? For those who want to use psychological knowledge, even the darker stuff, to defend themselves and their loved ones. This is exactly where your power comes in. Understanding how overthinking works, how your own mind can sometimes work against you, is your first and strongest defense. When you realize that voice in your head is just a thought pattern, a cycle your brain created to feel safe in a messed up way, you won't be tricked by it anymore. You won't think these thoughts are the absolute truth. This awareness is your shield against both the internal attacks from your own mind and potential manipulation from the outside. Okay, so we know what it is and why it happens. How do we actually get out of this mental cage? The solutions aren't super complicated, but they do take practice and awareness, like training that white wolf inside you. Awareness, not judgment. The first step is just noticing when you're overthinking, but without beating yourself up about it. Just say, there I go, overthinking again. It's like watching clouds drift by. You just see them. You don't try to change their shape. You just notice they're there and let them pass. Schedule your worry. This might sound weird, but you can actually set aside time for your worries, like 15 minutes a day. Only during those 15 minutes are you allowed to think about your worries and maybe write them down. When that time is up, gently bring your mind back to the present. This helps your brain feel like the worries have been heard without letting them take over your whole day. Small action over big thinking. Sometimes the best way to break the overthinking loop is to do something small. You don't need to solve the whole problem. Just take one tiny step. If you're worried about an email, just open the draft. If you're worried about your health, just look up one piece of information. Action is the antidote to overthinking. Motion breaks the stuck cycle. These are your tools, your white wolf tools for managing your mind. Overthinking is a common struggle, but it's not who you are. You are stronger than the thoughts in your head. By understanding how this cycle works, that psychological knowledge we touched on, and by practicing these simple tools, you can take control of your mind. You can move from vulnerability to strength. You are the white wolf in this story. Use your knowledge, stay aware, and don't let the invisible cage of overthinking hold you back. I hope this conversation has been helpful and shed some light on a part of the mind you might not have thought about in this way before. As always, thanks for being here with me. Take care of that powerful mind of yours.